It's meteor shower season. What does that mean? Well, we do have meteor showers throughout the year, but it seems coming into the autumn and into the winter, we get more. What does that mean? What is a meteor? A meteor is a little speck of dust coming through our atmosphere and leaving behind a trail of light. And why do we get these specks of dust? Well, the Earth is passing through a trail of debris left behind by a comet. So we've left behind the Draconids meteor shower, and we're now coming in to the Taurids meteor shower. Now the Taurids meteor shower has two fragments. It's got the southern Taurids and the northern Taurids. The southern Taurids peak has just gone, but we can look forward to the northern Taurids peak coming up on the 10th to the 11th of November. It's a great range, going right the way through from October through to December, so plenty of time to see if we can find some shooting stars coming through our atmosphere. So I've mentioned meteors, and I've now mentioned shooting stars. Is she thinking about the same sort of thing? Yes, I am, because meteors are often called shooting stars, because you see this streak of light coming through our atmosphere, and it looks like an actual star that's flying through our atmosphere. They're not. They're tiny specks of dust that cause these trails of light as they disintegrate. They're coming through at a great speed. Average 20 kilometres a second, that's huge. And they don't really burn up, but they heat the atmosphere so much that they leave these trails of light behind them, just like stars shooting through the sky. So when I say that meteor shower is associated with a comet, comets are like dirty snowballs, and they're orbiting around the sun in a very elliptical orbit. And when they come closer to the sun, they leave behind a trail of debris. And when the Earth passes through this trail of debris, that's when these particles come through our atmosphere and cause these meteor showers or shooting stars. Now, the Taurids meteor shower is associated with Comet Encke. So why is it called the Taurids? Well, it's where the meteor showers appear. Now, it's Taurus, the constellation of Taurus. And they come from a point or a radiant. If you've ever been through a snowstorm and you're driving through it and all these things appear at you, so it's like coming at you like this. That's where the snowflakes are. It's a bit like that with the meteors or the shooting stars. They appear from one point and coming at you. And that point is above the horns of Taurus, the bull, and you can spot it. There's a really bright star called Aldebaran. It's like an orange giant star, and above that, that's where the radiant's going to come from for the Taurids meteor shower. At the moment, Taurus is coming up above the eastern horizon around about 9 p.m, but by the peak in mid-November, it's going to be rising about 6 p.m. So go out, have a good look, because the moon is favourable. There's no natural light pollution with the moon on that night either. So have a really good look, and hopefully you'll see plenty of shooting stars that night. Between the 16th and 27th of October, we have the Orionids meteor shower. Now, the Orionids meteor shower will peak on the evening of the 21st and pre-dawn on the 22nd of October. Orion at the moment is coming up around about 10:30, and on the evening of the peak is going to be due south at about 5 a.m. So I'm afraid you're going to have to either get up early or stay up late to see the Orionids meteor shower. The Orionids comes from the comet Halley, that famous comet. So we're actually passing through the debris trail left behind by Halley, and that's really quite exciting. And this year is going to be very favourable because we have no moon, so no natural light pollution, which is absolutely brilliant. The Orionids are actually quite fast moving meteors, up to 50 kilometres a second, which is whizzing through our atmosphere hugely fast. And they can leave behind persistent trains of light, so that's great too. And where you're looking for, you're actually going to be looking, if you've ever looked at Orion the Hunter, underneath his left armpit is a star called Betelgeuse, which is quite red. Well, go up a little bit and to the left into his hand, which is clubbing the bull over the head, and you'll see where the actual radiant, the point, is coming from, where these meteors are going to seem to come from. The Leonids meteor shower ranges from the 15th to the 20th of November, so a very short range, this one. And it's peaking on the 17th to the 18th of November this year. And that is really in the pre-dawn sky because, as the name suggests, Leonids, it comes from the constellation of Leo. And Leo you can find in the night sky. It looks like a backwards way question mark. And that is where the radiant comes from. So that point where everything seems to appear to come from. So have a look for Leo. It's not coming up until about 10:30 p.m. in the northeast, so this is the reason why you're not going to be able to see it until the pre-dawn, because it's going to be due south at around 5 a.m. The Leonids meteor shower arises from the comet Tempel TUTTLE, or the debris trail left behind Tempel TUTTLE. And this year, again, we've got lots of meteor showers this year where the moon's really favourable, and it's a very thin waxing crescent, so it won't interfere. The light, the natural light pollution from the moon won't interfere. So have a look if you can in the pre-dawn sky, 17th to the 18th of November, and have a look for these wonderful, they're very, very fast meteors, these ones.